Creating a flattering pose is about so much more than body position. It's about understanding how to utilize all the tools at your disposal to craft the most flattering image possible. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how posing, focal length, and perspective work together to bring out the best in your subject. Hey everybody, Lindsay Adler here, and as portrait photographers, one of our primary goals is to flatter our subjects. Clothing, lighting, expression, and especially posing all play crucial roles in how we draw attention to a subject's strengths and then maybe downplay areas that we don't want to emphasize. But here's the thing, posing is not just about the position of the body. Posing, focal length, and perspective all work in harmony to bring out the best in any subject. Now this video contains some great tips, but if you're looking to dive deeper into posing techniques, be sure to check out my best-selling book, A Photographer's Guide to Posing Techniques to Flatter Everyone. It covers everything from posing men and women and groups and so much more. Plus, I've got a video series that explores posing more in depth, so if you're a little bit more of a visual learner like that, you'll love to check that out as well. All of the links are in the description below, so once you're done with this video, jump on over and check those out. But first, let's begin with the essentials. When people think about posing, they often focus solely on body position. And while body position is definitely important, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Posing works alongside focal length and perspective, two of these overlooked tools that completely change the way your subject looks to the camera. So today, I'd like to begin by introducing two important principles to help you understand perspective, focal length, and posing. So the first idea is whatever's closest to the camera appears largest. And the second is that focal length affects perspective. We're going to dive into these much more in depth because this totally changes how the body appears to your camera. Whatever is closest to the camera appears larger. The first principle is simple. The closer something is to the camera, the larger it will appear. So in a pose, if you want to emphasize something, make it look larger, bring more attention to it, bring it closer to the camera. Here's a simple illustration. So when a hand is posed close to the camera, it appears larger. And when you bring it back toward the subject's body, it's smaller, it's more in proportion. Now this, of course, is not the most practical use of posing, so let's take a look at a better example. If we want to draw attention to the face or chest, make them appear larger, we can have the subject lean closer to the lens. Same thing, if you want to draw more attention to the subject's hips or bottom, have them push it closer to the camera, it will appear larger. And conversely, if you want them to appear smaller, push them further away from the camera. You can also use your camera angle to control what is closer or further from the camera. So if you want the head and chest to be closer to the camera, yes, you can lean it, but you can also get your camera at a higher angle. Let's say standing on an apple box, and it will do just that. So let's see this in practice. In the first shot, I get up higher on an apple box. That makes the subject's face and chest closer to the camera and therefore look larger. Now, when I step off the apple box and I get lower, now the subject is being shot from a low angle, which makes them look taller and more dominant in the frame. Each one of these positions of my camera angle changes the way the body looks dramatically. So far we talked about how changing your subject's body position closer or further from the camera makes a difference, as well as your camera's angle. But next, let's talk about perspective. To visualize this, imagine a scene with a tree in the foreground and the mountains are in the background. When you use a wide-angle lens and you get up close to that tree, the tree looks huge and the mountains look really small. Now, let's back up and use a longer focal length lens. The tree shrinks in proportion and the mountains look much bigger. Now, obviously this has nothing to do with posing, but it is relevant for portraiture. Let's go back to the basic hand example. First, we have the hand close to the camera and we're very close with a wide-angle lens. The hand looks huge. The wide-angle lens exaggerates proportion. But now, if I back up and zoom in, the hand appears smaller. So whether it's a subject's hand or foot, this concept applies. A wider angle lens exaggerates distance, a longer lens compresses. So let's say that your subject has a pose where one foot is closer to camera. So you get down low, nice and close to your subject with a wide angle lens. The foot is going to appear disproportionately large in the frame, and the face and the torso will appear smaller. But now let's keep that same low camera angle, you back up and zoom in. The longer lens, that longer focal length, it flattens everything out. It puts it more in an even proportion and perspective. So up close, foot looks huge. Further away, zoomed in, it's a little bit more even. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's all about what you are trying to emphasize. So now if you combine these principles with posing, you can make dramatically different appearances of the body. For instance, let's just say you have your subject leaning towards camera, right? the face and the chest appear larger. Now, switch over to a wide-angle lens, and the subject's shoulders and chest are in the same position, but their head and their chest will appear much larger, and the lower part of their body will appear much smaller. Practically, the combination of camera angle, focal length, and pose, all of these together give you countless variations. It's important to remember that there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all approach because there is no such thing as one size. Every subject is unique, and the goals of a shoot, they may be totally different. The key is to understand how these principles work together and get them to work for you to bring out the best in your subject. So next time you're framing up a portrait, do not just focus on body position and pose. Think about the relationship between pose, the focal length that you're choosing, and the perspective that you're shooting at. All of these things work together. Plus, there are different goals of a shoot. One shoot like a portrait or catalog or boudoir will be trying to draw attention to different things. So you're going to want to emphasize different elements in the frame. By mastering the essential tools of pose, lens, camera angle, perspective, all of those things, you'll be able to purposely craft an image that flatters your subject. Now, if you want to see more of my posing resources, be sure to check out the links in the description below. Not only a link to my best-selling book, but also my posing guides. And I have so many different ones that you can use as a resource for your next shoot. And by the way, if you're looking to pick up your next camera, lens, lighting gear, be sure to visit adorama.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.